I'm Nicole Kraatz. I'm the Vehicle Chief Engineer for Chevy Silverado EV. And with me is Ryan Vaughan,
Design Director for Chevrolet.
So we're going to walk you around the truck and talk to you about a few things. First of all, just overall, the truck has a 0 to 60 time in under 4.5 seconds because of the 664 horsepower and 780 foot-pounds of torque. So it's an incredible experience driving around. Ryan, you want to talk a little bit about the front end design and then we'll talk about chassis?
Sure. So the overall design of the truck is really intended to take advantage of the fact that it's built from the ground up on the Ultium platform. That's letting us do things we've never been able to do before on a full-size pickup. And a really good example of that is here on the front. Obviously, it's an electric vehicle. It doesn't need a huge grille like we're used to seeing on pickups. So we've taken the advantage of that to do something really different that's very distinctive, very sleek, very modern, and very functional as well, which is what trucks are all about, right? They've got to be about functionality, and this is performing really great from an aero standpoint, keeping the drag low, which gets our range numbers up. We've also got a e-trunk, a frunk here as well, with a integrated lower load floor, cross-car lamp. That's a distinct feature for Chevrolet with the lit bow tie. So we're really able to do a lot of interesting things with the design, seeing that we're really building this from the ground up as an electric truck.
Being able to build it from a ground up means that it's all new, including nothing shared from our body on frame Silverado ICE pickup truck. And what that allows us to do is design every aspect of the truck for improved aerodynamics. So closeout panels underneath the body. Ryan's team has done a great job with the sculptured effect of the pickup truck, and at the same time our aerodynamics team has made sure that that air stays really tight to the body the whole way down, including the sail panels that are in the back of the truck. That lets the air stay on the truck for as long as possible, giving us that 400 miles of range. We've also got 24-inch wheels and tires here that Ryan's team has done an awesome job with some beautiful wheel design, but also inside of these wheels are aerodynamic inserts, and so we're closing out the wheel as much as possible, again, to improve the aerodynamics of the truck and make sure that we can give our customers that maximum range. With our 24-inch wheels and tires, this RST offers rear steer, air suspension. It's independent rear suspension, and so what that means to the customers is really a fantastic ride and handling experience. The traditional sort of harsher ride of a body-on-frame pickup truck is no longer true in an EV pickup truck. With our integrated Ultium battery pack and that structure into the body structure, the ride and handling dynamics are just amazing. The air suspension allows you to float over ride inputs, and the vehicle itself just has a great dynamics, which allows us to bring in customers who maybe traditionally don't desire a pickup truck to start with, but are curious and want to do that with an EV. You want to talk a little bit about the interior?
Sure. So interior, we've been able to package the vehicle, first of all, to maximize interior space. So the front occupant moved, front passengers, driver and passenger moved forward. The rear row moved rearward. Overall, the size of the vehicle is very similar to our current Silverado, but we've been able to open up a lot more space for the interior, both for the occupants and for storage. So, for example, the center console, it's all available for storage. The architecture has a flat floor, so we have cup holders, storage bins, but then the cup holder can also slide rearward, and there's a huge storage bin here. It's like 7 gallons of volume that goes the full height all the way down to the floor, and there's a charging pad for the phone there as well.
So a little bit about power on the Silverado EV. We have a 10.2 kilowatt capability of offboarding our power, so that 400-mile range battery, the 24-module battery, allows us to go 400 miles, or also allows customers to choose to send power to something else. That can be another EV vehicle. So through our charge port, we can charge any other EV vehicle. It's a standard SAE plug. We can charge a campsite, job site, and even your home through that 10.2, up to 10.2 kilowatts capability. There's an accessory power plug that charges into the power port that allows us to get up to 10 outlets across the vehicle. There's some in the front, there's some in the console, and then there's some in the truck bed, including a 240 volt outlet in the truck bed. And then Ryan, I think, can take us a little bit through some of the Midgate capability.
Sure. So this is a really cool feature of this truck is the Midgate. We've already got a bed that's the biggest in the segment, a 5'11" bed. but we can make that even bigger with the Midgate. So there's a few different ways to do that. So you can see this lower portion here, that can fold down and allow a pass-through all the way from the bed to the interior. You can fold, it's a 60-40 split, so you can fold, as we can see now, 60% side down and still be able to fit a passenger in the second row. Or you can fold the entire Midgate down and then have the full pass-through. So a huge amount of storage,
9 feet, right?
Exactly.
A full 9 feet of storage with a tunnel cover on the back of the truck. You'd have covered lockable storage, keeping you safe from the elements for 9 feet all the way through the vehicle.
And we can go a step further than that, actually, where this glass is actually removable. That would actually store in the Midgate itself. This folds down, and that whole bulkhead is basically gone. So you've got huge storage volume available and lots of flexibility.
So there's a multifunction tailgate, which allows us to drop this down. It's a steps. This is our multi-flex tailgate, so you can step up. And then also, I'll just do it this way. I would have done it differently had we started. This is what Ryan was talking about, of up to 10 feet, 10 inches of length between this, what we call load stop, and the front of those seats that you see there. So a huge amount of cargo carrying capability and flexibility in the pickup. So this truck offers 10,000 pounds of towing performance. The truck is standard with Super Cruise with trailering. Super Cruise with trailering really allows people to drive hands-free on our connected roads. And with trailering being a first now in the industry with the Super Cruise with trailering, it allows the vehicle to anticipate with the trailer a lane change maneuver. So it automatically will change lanes, and it will know how long you will need with your trailer to be able to change those lanes. It also anticipates stopping distance. So with a trailer, your stopping distance is longer, and Super Cruise can take all of those factors now into effect when you're trailering in the Silverado EV. From a technology perspective, we have virtualized some switches. So you can see that the traditional, let's just say tow haul switch is no longer on the dash. It's virtualized. But what we've done differently than before is we've got a tray now that has some switches that are always sitting there. So auto high beams, for an example, if you don't want that on, it's a quick button to press to turn on and off. And then the tray up here at the top is actually customizable. So if you're someone who used tow haul a lot, you will go through your menu in the screen, you'll find that app, you'll throw it up here, and then it'll always be there for you. So the reconfiguration and the flexibility of the customer are there. And then the last thing technologically I think that we like to talk about is the fact that we have the first for GM keyless start. So no ignition switch, no push button start. You have an enabled device, whether it's the key fob, your phone, or a key card. You get into the vehicle automatically starts up, buckle your seatbelt and go. You don't have to do anything. It leaves your hands free to do whatever you'd like to do when you get into your vehicle. When you put it into park, you just open the door and leave, and it automatically locks, shuts the truck down, and you can set it so that if you want to offboard that power we talked about, the up to 10.2 kilowatts, you can do that while the vehicle is powered down. So you can still be powering other devices while the vehicle itself is powered down.
Okay, so we can show you the frunk, the E-trunk as we're calling it, on the new Silverado EV. So it's a power opening lid. Large storage volume here available. We're paying particular attention to make sure that the load floor itself is low so that we can, obviously, for ease of loading. Still working on the details here to make sure that we're getting all of the volume and all the functionality that we possibly can out of the space, so we're continuing to refine. There's tie downs, there's a power outlet as well as task lighting. And we're also working on a full suite of accessories, things like toolboxes, slide out features for retail customers as well as fleet and work truck customers.
So thank you for letting us talk to you about the Silverado EV. I think you'll find that it's going to be a great win in the market for many customers, pickup and EV. And it'll be available, the RST is going to be available in the fall of 2023, and we're going to be starting production with our work truck in the spring of 2023.